Hey, what's up, everybody? It's all work here. Once again, I know it's been a while since I put up a video, but I've been a little busy with work and whatnot. So right now, I figured I'd do something quick. I'm just going to talk about the draft, and I'm kind of excited about it because we're going into the summer, which means we're going into SummerSlam as well. Um, and there's a lot of stuff going on. So let's talk about first things first. The draft was one of the bigger drafts, in my opinion. And the simple reason why is that they took a lot of the big players. They took the Batista, the Jericho, Edge, Orton, Cena, and they're all on Raw. This is the first time in quite a many years since they started doing the drafts that you had a lot of the big main eventers on one show. Now, granted, SmackDown got Big Show. They still got Punk. They still got Undertaker, and they still got a couple other. Oh, they got Christian. They still got these guys. These are the guys that are going to build the younger guys. CM Punk is still considered young there, but Punk, you're going to notice in a couple more months, Punk is going to be the guy to beat on SmackDown. Jack Swagger, the world champion now over there. If there isn't proof that they're going to build SmackDown is going to be the place to build stars, this is what it is. One of my friends were talking, and he said to me, "Oh, Raw, you're going to see a lot of young guys. You're not going to see the young guys get pushed on Raw. The Zack Ryder, I'm sorry, pal, you're going to get lost in the shuffle. And I like, what did I call him? Zack Ryder. Yeah, Zack Ryder. Nothing good's going to come from this for him. It sucks to say it. Hopefully, they move him back to SmackDown or they do something else with him. But you're not going to see anything come from a lot of these undercard guys. The Carlitos, they're going to get lost again because you have so much more talent on Raw now. So many more of the big names on Raw. Triple H is still on Raw. He's just on sabbatical. Granted, Batista's leaving, but Raw is where it's at right now. And this is pretty big. This is kind of, I think, going to be the moment where you realize that that they're really changing brands, and what they're changing brands into is going to be, Raw is going to be the flagship. Hardcore flagship. SmackDown is going to be, look, you want to see the younger guys, you want to see the up and comers. That's where you're going to have your SmackDown. Undertaker, I honestly see when he comes back, I don't see him staying on SmackDown, but I don't see him going to Raw. I think we got to come to the conclusion that The Undertaker is coming to the end of his career, and his in-ring time is going to be minimal at best. So most likely we're going to start seeing The Undertaker pop up rarely. You're not going to see him on SmackDown. We're not going to see him have matches on TV that often. And if we do, it's going to be against bigger names like Edge, Orton, Jericho. It's going to be against guys like that. So this is what I personally believe. I just don't see them doing much with the guys that are on SmackDown anymore. I think the guys you're going to see on SmackDown and the stuff we're going to see on SmackDown in the next couple of months is going to be more or less how they're going to base the next 10 years. In the next 10 years are going to be the guys that are on SmackDown. For the 10 years till then is the guys that are going to be on Raw. And if you really got to look at it as fans, you got to really look at it and go, okay, yeah, I see what I'm saying. You guys got to look at it and go, oh, all right, yeah, they have Jericho and Edge and Triple H, Cena, Batista, Orton. I mean, those are your headliners. Those are the guys that have been main eventing your WrestleManias for the past 3 years, with the exception of Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and I guess Ric Flair in a sense. And 2 of them guys are retired, and the other one's on his way out, and the Undertaker. So, I really like you guys to look at that. I want to talk about TNA, but I told you guys I won't do it. And I'm not going to do it, but I'm just going to smile and laugh at them for now. And I'm not laughing at the guys that work there. I'm laughing at the company. I'm laughing at the Dixie Carter and the Jeff Jarrett. That's what I'm laughing at, because they just don't get it. And I'm laughing at the Hogan and the Bischoff. The proof that they don't get it, that they actually thought that the minute Hogan and Bischoff will come into TNA, that they could go to Monday nights and have a ratings war, and they absolutely got slaughtered. So, sorry TNA, Godspeed to Homicide and Samoa Joe and Desmond Wolfe, AJ Styles. Godspeed, fellas. I mean, I really hope something pans out for you guys, the Jacksons. Who else should we talk about? I've been really actually been watching a lot of Noah lately. There's a lot of they did their one of their tournaments that they do every year. They did the Champions League tournament. Or, I forgot what it's called. Any hardcore Noah fans, please don't bury me and get mad at me. But really good tournament. I was really into it because two of my all-time favorite Japanese wrestlers, Kawada and Takayama, were involved in the tournament, and I was really excited to actually see their match. I'm still kind of waiting to see that. I know it happened already, but I didn't get a copy of it yet. So once I get that, I'm excited. And then also Chikara. I actually just joined Chikara Army, and I have no problem with giving that company any of my money. They put on some of the best shows. And you can say all they do is flip-flop, and they're tiny guys, but you know what? You want to talk about a quality product? Chikara is quality product for your money, for your family. If you have a wife and kids and you want to watch wrestling with them and they want to watch wrestling, this is what you guys should be watching. If there's such a part of me that loves Chikara, and next year I am making it my mission to actually go to wherever they are having the King of Trios and go to the King of Trios. It just looks like phenomenal. Tom, I no longer live in the United States. I actually live in Bermuda, so I don't have a chance to go to shows anymore like I used to when I was living in New York. So I'm really excited to actually see when next year comes around that I'm going to really make it my mission to fly back to New York just to see the King of Trios. And that's just one of the great companies that are out there. And Ring of Honor also stepping up their game. I think this is going to be a really good summer along the lines of wrestling. I don't know about anything else, but along the lines for wrestling fans, I think it's going to be a really good summer for so many reasons. There's just a lot of stuff going on. Like you got guys like Batista leaving. You got, TNA really trying to step up their game. You got Ring of Honor, who has one of the best bookers in my opinion, booking for them as well, helping them book, in Jim Cornette. And if TNA's smart, they would start letting some people go. And I heard somebody actually say it on I read DOI, Declaration of Independence Wrestling website, DOIWrestling.com, I believe it is. It's a really good website, but they had said something along the lines of why does TNA allow Motor City Machine Guns to go work for Ring of Honor? You know what? I think that's a good thing because TNA is shit in the bed, and they need to get their talent out there. They need to have people that don't like TNA, or like TNA's wrestlers like me, but don't like the product, to go and want to watch them just for their certain talent. And I know Jim Cornette sent this whole letter. If you didn't hear about it, there was a letter that Jim Cornette wrote to Terry Taylor. He had some disheartening words for a couple of the guys that worked there, Vince Russo and whatnot, and it got a little out of hand. They sent Jim Cornette a legal letter saying that if he ever poses a threat, and if you read the letter, there's like a whole thing. If you're really interested in it, type in Jim Cornette, go to JimCornette'sCorner.com, JimCornetteWrestling.com, something like that. Check out his site if you really want to know what's going on. I don't remember everything. It's been a while, like I said. A lot of stuff going on, so take a look at that. Trying to think what else. There's like a lot of the Lucha TV show coming out on MTV2. Lucha Libre is picking up. I'm actually still waiting for the video game. Chikara is putting out a video game. I'm not really sure what kind of platform it's going to be on, but regardless, that's something I'm definitely interested in, and any independent wrestling fan should be interested in, just for the simple fact that it's Chikara, and you can't go wrong with anything that the Ants or Mike Quackenbush get into. I'm going to actually try to do a video about Chikara after this and see how I feel. CCW stepping up their game. They're going back to Japan. There's a lot of interesting stuff. Like I said, I really feel that this could be the rebuilding summer of what we're going to see in the next 10 years of pro wrestling. I think we're going to be coming back into that upswing. You know how everybody says wrestling goes through a downswing and then they come back up and then it goes back down. And I think we're coming back into an upswing, just for the simple fact if you look at what's going on in other companies, not just WWE, but if you always look at what happens in other companies, it always reflects on what's going to happen in the WWE later on. And since the independent fans were really big into ROH, Chikara, PWG, IWA Mid South, CZW, FIP, and a couple other Japanese companies, if you notice that they kind of go through an upswing, right after they come through an upswing, WWE comes through an upswing, and then the whole business comes to an upswing, and then we hang out for a little bit, and then we come back down. So we have that to look forward to, guys. Remember, it's all work. No matter what anybody tells you, it's still all work.